What's going on, everyone? Have you been looking for a new laptop, 2-in-1, or tablet type computer like the Microsoft Surface Pro 6? Well, stick around and we'll do a review of one right after this amazing intro. Welcome to my channel, Easy Choice Reviews, where I do the tech reviews to help give you an easy choice. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Microsoft Surface Pro 6. I purchased this device when I started my YouTube journey, and after using it for a few months, I found out just who this is for. Is it for you? Well, that largely depends on what you're going to be using it for. I personally have always used my computer for more than just word processing and web surfing. I've always been in the computers, networks, and telecom industry. So I've always used my computer for things like web development, web programming, application development, and networking. With me starting to learn photography and video editing with YouTube, that's only grown in intensity of the requirements I need for a PC or laptop. Now I'm adding programs like Adobe, Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Premiere to the mix. So I definitely put my laptops and PCs to the test and need the performance. Let's start out by letting you know that I have the Microsoft Surface Pro 6 with the i5 8250U processor. It's got 8 gigabytes of memory, 128 gigabyte hard drive, and Windows 10 Home. I do have a Microsoft Pen as well. Now that we have the specs out of the way, well, almost all of them, as I'm sure if you're already watching this video, you've probably already looked up all the specs for the different versions and that kind of thing. So there's no need to continue to push that type of information when you already know it. Now, I want to let you know that I absolutely love this little thing. It's super portable, lightweight, and it's really fun to kind of use. And the one that I got came with the keyboard, as you can see here by the box. The keyboard is included with it. I can open up the box here. There really wasn't much in here. This little sleeve had the laptop right in there. Let's go ahead and show you with the keyboard right in it, and that just slid right in there. Then you have this, which had the power cord, and you've got one little pamphlet that has a startup tip, and that's about it. That was the entire box. There's not a lot of documentation. Everything, I guess, is online and in the computer when you start it up. It's got all that information. I will show you the charger real quick. Just a 110 charger. Does have a USB port, which is pretty nice if you need to charge a phone along with this for traveling and stuff. Really nice. So I did get the one with the pen, like I said, just snaps right on the side. I do like the way that this keyboard and cover feels. It's not leather, it's like a fabric, but it's smooth and soft at the same time. The keyboard is a little small, but what do you expect with the small form factor that it is? As far as the keyboard travel is pretty nice. You do get a little bit of sound and feedback from it, so that's good. I don't have much trouble using it at all, actually. The mouse pad is pretty large. You can do all the same scrolling and double finger, triple finger, four-finger scrolling and uses of the mouse pad that you normally would for any other device. Some of the other things I really like about this is the kickstand. So if you take this off or leave it on, either way, this kickstand is really nice. If you're watching videos, you can set it up. If you're trying to draw or write, you can lean it down so you have more of a handwriting feel to it. Watching TV, this thing is awesome for me. I've got an oversized belly. You can lay it down, stick it right there. do my writing, editing, that kind of stuff. The pen I find very, very useful. I love the way that it writes and draws on the screen. I'm surprised at how much I actually use the pen on this device. The biggest surprise is Adobe Premiere Pro. I love editing with the pen. I know the size of the screen is a little small for editing, but the pen makes it really nice to be able to resize things and move them around for that kind of thing, and making your cuts and moves and changes and stuff make editing really nice with this. There's a lot of times I sit on the couch, take the keyboard off, I don't even have the keyboard attached, and use my pen only for editing. Obviously if I'm rendering or something like that, that's a little different, but just doing the actual editing and stuff, I love the pen for that. It's also great for programs like OneNote. I'll show you here. I have OneNote, and you can actually draw, you know, you can erase, and the handwriting is pretty good. You know, my handwriting is not that good, but it does work really nice for that kind of thing. And that's what being able to lay this kickstand down gives you a really nice flow. I love how you can put your hand on here and it doesn't really affect it. You can still draw. One of the things that I like to do a lot of times is turn it sideways. If you turn it sideways, it's like a sheet of paper basically, and you can have free flow of writing in OneNote. You can even add lines as if it was a notepad, like an actual paper notepad, which I love. Use it all the time for work and for YouTube and stuff. So I definitely recommend using that kind of setup. I like the screen. I like the size of it for most things. I like the colors and the brightness of this screen, with the exception of Premiere. When I'm editing my photos and videos, it becomes a little small to use. I would rather have a 15 or 17 or even larger if I could. But as far as a small form factor, on the go editing, simple editing and stuff, the screen is okay. It's not the greatest, like I said, because of the size, but as far as the color range and that kind of thing, it's pretty great. I really like the Windows Hello. I'll go ahead and show you here. The camera up top here really does a good job. See it right there? I stick my face in there. It's quick login, really fast, and I don't have any issues with it. I've used it in dark areas, light areas, and everything in between, and I really haven't had that much issues with it. Now, you didn't think you were going to get by without hearing some cons of this device, did you? And this device does have a few cons. Although, I don't know any product that has pros that doesn't have a con or two with it. So, that being said, let's go ahead and start on the cons. The first thing that I would have to complain about would be the hard drive. I am not quite sure what I was thinking. I should have known better. But when I got this, it came with the 128 gigabyte hard drive. I spent a couple of days installing my applications and stuff and wanted to test it out, so I threw a couple of pictures and maybe 2 videos on here, and my hard drive was already full. So just the programs on here really kind of fill up 128, and I would highly recommend on getting the next size up, at least a 256 in your hard drive for one of these if you're going to get it. Now they do have an external slot here, right here. If you can see that. It's an external micro SD slot. I believe that you can put up to a terabyte drive in it. I think I have a 256 gig. Now the read and write speeds on the micro SD card are not going to be anywhere close to the read write speeds of the hard drive. So That's why I highly recommend that 256. I can't say it enough. I just wasn't thinking when I bought a 128 gigabyte hard drive, and like I said, I filled it up with just my programs, not even any files really. So you definitely need some space. One problem that I ran into is that the read and write speeds were causing an issue with the editing with the videos. So I ended up having to move to an external hard drive just to be able to edit my videos. I have to store all my videos and do all my editing from an external drive, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a laptop at that point, because now you have to run around with a laptop attached to you. So it's not very mobile that way. Okay, so now that I started getting into editing for the YouTube videos and stuff, I've noticed that I definitely need a better machine. I would highly recommend going with the i7 version with 16 gigabytes of RAM and at least 256, possibly 512K of memory. Would be a lot better for editing any kind of videos. The one drag that this has is the video card. It does not have a dedicated video card, which also kind of hinders the video editing process. Because of this and my ongoing editing needs, I went ahead and purchased the Dell XPS 15. I haven't received it yet, but it is shipping and I hope to receive it soon in the next day or two. I purchased the 15-inch 4K screen. It's supposed to have 100% RBG Adobe. I did get it with the low end of the RAM and the hard drive because I am going to upgrade it. But I do like how it came with the dedicated NVIDIA 1050 Ti graphics card. That unboxing and review will be coming up, but I do have to receive it first, so I can't wait to get into that one. Once I receive it, I hope my editing and my workflow process will greatly improve because of the performance of that machine. Okay, don't get bummed out because of this machine having some cons. Like I said, everything has pros and cons, and the pros and cons are different for every person. Just because this isn't good for video editing does not mean that this isn't a good machine. This is a very good machine, and if you're doing just light photo editing and you're doing things like surfing the web or watching videos, doing word processing, business type programs, the normal business type, not video editing or application development, that kind of thing. But if you're talking about presentations and doing that, this machine will handle great for that. Just know that you will need, like I said, at least the 256 gigabytes of hard drive space. The 128 is gonna get ate up real fast once you install business programs, and you're not gonna have any space to do anything with. If you're not needing it for video editing, the SD card is a good option. I have watched movies off of it, so it will do that. But if you're doing any kind of editing and stuff, that's just not a good way to go. I personally will keep this machine around, even though I'm going to get the Dell XPS. I'm going to keep this around so I can tote around the office and I can use it for traveling and that kind of stuff. It's going to be great for watching movies on the plane and getting some little odds and end type stuff done for work without having the bulk of a big laptop like the Dell XPS. Not saying the Dell XPS is big, because it's not by any means, but it's definitely bigger than the Microsoft Surface 6. I want to thank you all for watching my video this week. If you like my videos, go ahead and click on the subscription button below, and then it'll pop up a bell. Click on that so you can get future video notifications when I got new videos that come out. I'd like to invite you to visit me on Twitter at reviews_easy. You can also visit me on Facebook and Instagram at Easy Choice Reviews. Thank you again for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.